Hello Thought Experiment. It's been a while since I last time uploaded a video on this channel. Sorry for that, things got busy in last few months. I cannot promise, but I will try to upload one video every week from now. Today I am here to talk about interest, how to build interest in science, because that's what this channel is all about. First of all, it's a huge problem. It's not only exist in our society, it's a global problem, especially in today's day and age when we all have access to the internet. And the internet is filled up with so much content which is entertainment based. For some reason, today's kids find it hard to engage with the content which is educational based. And also there are so many social issues in the society which is hard to deal with. Look, the thing is, to understand scientific literacy, you need an environment which is intellectually rich, and most of the kids or youngsters, including us, have no access to this environment. I think we have to create this environment by ourselves, which is easy for some of us, and for some of us it is hard. The thing that I find most striking, that this enormous remarkable capability of every small child for learning. They start out asking extremely clever questions about the world, like, "Mommy, why is the grass green? Papa, why is the sky blue?" Very often you get an answer, "Don't ask dumb questions," or "Who knows?" When in fact these are extremely profound questions. If you go to the first grade students, they ask all these questions. But when you go in the 12th grade, there is none of that. Something terrible has happened between those times, that their interest is completely gone. If you want to answer those questions, you need to go into the fundamentals of the biology or physics. But if you don't know the answer, it's okay. Why not say to the child that it's a good question, I don't know the answer, or nobody knows. Maybe when you grew up, you be the first person to find out. I think kids who discouraged for asking those questions never ask those questions again, and we lose them. It's a tremendous waste of natural resources, and we need those intellectual resources. Just think about it. I think complex and subtle problems we face in the science or even in the society can only have complex and subtle solutions, and we need people to think complex and subtle thoughts. Great many children have that capability only if they encouraged. Let me tell you a story. In my early and middle school days, half of the courses I had are not math or science. Even I chose to take science in my high school and college, but still I had no understanding of it. Back then I used to think a lot why I am doing this and why I am in this class or in this lab which I know nothing about. The only answer I found that I was there to memorize facts to get a degree which can give me a career. But I was not at it because teachers doesn't taught it well, which is the reason why I didn't find the material interesting enough to engage with it. I grew up pretty much as a nerd kid, and I find myself deeply interested in so many nerdy things because I always dig deep into anything I find cool or interesting. It's not long ago when this curiosity led me into reading books. And I read A Brief History of Time by Stephen Hawking, which I genuinely enjoyed, and this book made me fall in love with science. Since then, I became student of the universe. I started looking up in the night sky. I started observing stars. I started seeing things which I never seen before, and all of a sudden my perspective about everything had changed. I felt something. It was a level of emotion which I never previously experienced. I never thought that was possible, but it was there and it was real. That feeling stayed with me the whole time. It still makes me think that I am reaching out to the universe with these methods and tools of science. One of my friends said to me, "This immensity of the cosmos makes me feel small," and I said, "No, you are not thinking about the right way." I thought myself something is wrong here, because why he feels small when I look up in the universe, I feel large. Then I realized the problem is his ego was too large to begin with. He came to the problem thinking too highly who and what he was to begin with. Iron in our blood, calcium in our bones is the common origin in the core of a star. That excites me. That makes me grab people in the streets and say, "Have you heard this? Science is not a body of knowledge, it's a way of thinking." and it's keep growing, it's keep becoming more majestic. Whenever I look up at the night sky, I always feel this majesty of the cosmos. I want someone to do that experiment. If same centers in my brain can get excited by these cosmic thoughts, then your mind can light up too. That's gonna be really interesting finding for those who start taking it in and start achieving those feelings they had before. In fact, given the chemistry of it all and the nuclear physics of it all, not only we are in the universe is in us. And I don't know any deeper spiritual feeling than what that brings upon me. I just wanna leave you with these thoughts.